What's going on, guys? Bengal again here, coming back at you with another video. And today, everyone wants Desperados franchise, but at this point in the franchise, and at this point of the year in July, how much do I want to provide Desperados franchise? The two don't exactly equal out. Also, I feel like I got nuked out with the lights in the background changing my color. It looks like I have radiation poisoning. I don't even know. Well, I found a happy medium. We're going to be rebuilding the Austin Desperados here, but there's a little bit of a twist. Each episode is going to be one season. So it's not just a 3-year rebuild. It isn't anything like that. It's going to be maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes or whatever, where each episode is a complete season. So we're going to have the off season, we're going to have the simulating through the season, and we're going to have the preparation for the next season. I think that's a fun compromise for everybody that we can all get behind, and it'll at least carry us over into football season and Madden 22. So hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. Scroll down, make sure you're subscribed. I'm sure many of you guys think you are and you're not. I know a lot of guys that, they skim past everything. They don't listen to me when I shout out my Twitch, where I stream every night, twitch.tv/Bengal. I have people just fumble into the stream, go, I didn't know you streamed on Twitch. Yes, I stream on Twitch like every night. Twitch.tv/Bengal, and I upload every day to my second channel, my MLB The Show channel, youtube.com/Bengal Plays. I have a third channel where I'm playing through Red Dead 1 and Red Dead 2, almost completely uploaded for Red Dead 2. Red Dead 1's already up. So there are a number of different things you should check out in the description, my outro song, everything. Scroll down, click the links, Twitter, Instagram. I know this is a big ad, big pitch, but only more to come. Wait, what's that? This video is sponsored by Hawthorne, my favorite company when it comes to personalized grooming, whether it's conditioner or whether it's shampoo or even a foaming shave gel to get this muskrat on my face. But I'm an animal lover for now. I'll keep it. We'll stick to the conditioner. First, you take their quiz. They're going to ask you questions about your main hair need, how old you are, what your body skin type is, all the way down to your drink of choice and where do you work. Then they're going to tailor your bathroom from over 500,000 combinations, and then you just enter your email to unlock the products. At the end, you get an essentials bundle, and this is going to have everything you need, from cologne to the foaming shave gel we talked about earlier, to the shampoo and conditioner, a set of lotions for your face. It has everything. The Essentials Bundle is it. So take Hawthorne's quiz today, get your own personalized self-care routine. All you have to do is go to hawthorne.co and use code BENGAL10 to get 10% off your purchase. That's hawthorne.co, HAWTHORNE.co, and use code BENGAL10 to get 10% off your purchase. Thank you to Hawthorne for sponsoring the video. But let's go ahead and just go into the offseason here. So everyone wanted to see the season stats, so I will show those to you now. Obviously, we finished 14-2, and Matthew Schmidt had a big bounce back year. Did throw 24 interceptions, because that's just my style of play. But threw 32 last year with only 30 touchdowns. This time, the interceptions went down, touchdowns went way up, and the yards went way up as well. A few more attempts, but definitely a better completion percentage. Very, very solid year from Matthew Schmidt. You'll take the 24 interceptions based on his 107.9 passer rating. The touchdowns and the yards outweigh the interceptions. I'll take it. Rushing, John Carson ended up getting the most carries on the team. Was not that great, but was also a short yardage type guy. Matthew Schmidt fumbled all the time on his Danny Dimes Vanilla Vic action. Merch link is in the description. There's a lot in the description. You gotta there's more than you could even imagine in that description. Edward Teague, 4.6 yards per carry. Not as bad as I thought it would be. 2 touchdowns. He was just injured, so he missed some time. Only played 9 games, but otherwise would have been the leading rusher on our team pretty easily. Dennis Peoples almost with a 2,000-yard season. 1988 yards, 22 touchdowns on 89 catches. Troy Weldon went over 1,000. Devin Duvernay had 11 touchdowns and missed 2 games. I think the final 2 games of the season. Alfonso Peoples was a solid 4th receiving option. And then Edward Teague even got pretty involved out of the backfield. Anyone with a surprising amount of touchdowns down there? Matthew Wayne somehow only had 1. Felt like he got a touchdown every game somehow, but he he was a first down, move the chains type guy. I wish we could see first down catches, but we can't. He averaged 10.8 yards per catch, so on average, a first down per reception. You'll take that. What about offensive line? Who was big at giving up sacks? No one really gave up that many. We were good about getting the ball out pretty quickly, but Titus Howard let up a lot. I wish we could see holding penalties. I feel like Elton Jenkins had 1,000,000. Jameel Holloman led the team in tackles with 122, also had 16 for loss. Demetrius Miller with a crazy rookie year. Isaiah Simmons played very well. It's like a tackles for loss as a whole. Our D-line didn't really get too involved in that regard, but we got a bunch of sacks. 15 for Big 69, Clarence Trent. I think he missed a couple games as well. Yeah, only played in 13 games at 15 sacks. He was unbelievable. But that's what 92 power moves will do for you despite his overall. 14.5 for Chad Brown. Felt like he had way less than that. I think it was a couple games that really raised that number where he had like 4 in a game once. Jeremiah Langford having a very good career so far. 12 sacks for him, 9 for Heath Sapp. Isaiah Simmons got a little bit involved as well. And then interceptions. We had, let's see here. Team lead, 5 for Luke Townsend, 4 for Demetrius Miller. Again, great rookie year. 3 for Jameel Holloman. Forced fumbles, 4 for Jameel Holloman and Chad Brown. And Isaiah Simmons led with 3 fumble recoveries. And then defensive touchdowns, we had a lot. 3 for Jameel Holloman, 2 for Orlando Jones, 1 for Isaiah Simmons, Chad Brown, Demetrius Miller, Justin Reed, and Luke Townsend. Dak Prescott won MVP. Matthew Schmidt finishing at number 2. AFC Offense Player of the Year is Baker Mayfield. Matthew Schmidt finishing at 3. Defensive Player of the Year, Patrick Queen. No Desperados. Offensive Rookie of the Year is John Carson. That's right, he was a rookie. No other Desperados in there. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year is Demetrius Miller. So we cleaned up for the Rookie of the Year awards. Also, Orlando Holiday in there. Kind of forgot about him, but he was a solid pickup for us for sure. Matthew Schmidt did win Best Quarterback, though. It was a really interesting year. If we check out the team, you guys might remember some of these guys. Dennis the Menace. Edward Teague does have a skill point upgrade. We'll get him up to an 81 overall with morale. So 79 in general. He gets a little bit better. But 3 superstar X Factors. And of course, when Devin Duvernay comes back, he is superstar. Defensively, Luke Townsend would go up to superstar X Factor. I think you guys remember that in the last game of the season. We saw that happen. So, very nice to see. Luke Townsend going up to Superstar X Factor. Jameel Holloman in there, Isaiah Simmons, Demetrius Miller, and Orlando Jones all have Superstar. Did Miller get upgraded or did he have this? He won Defensive Rookie of the Year, but I think he had Superstar already. But we'll upgrade Zone, get him up to, let's see here, what overall? 80 overall with a +3 awareness. And then that is pretty much it for right now. In terms of upgrades, what happened to David Bakhtiari? Did he retire? So we need a left tackle, a center, a left guard potentially. And again, we're only simulating now, so we have to completely go about this a different way. We could use an outside linebacker. It's not a big need. Earl Alexander was a free agent signing. He's not the best. He's not the worst. He's okay. But we're really just focusing, I guess, on rebuilding that offensive line. David Bakhtiari would retire. A bunch of big retirements in here. Brandon Sheriff, B. Wags, Rodney Hudson, Cam Jordan. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the team will look like next season. I think bringing back Elton Jenkins will be paramount to our success. Deion Morgan, I'm fine to let go. I think Ben Bredesen, we're fine to let go. We have a decent bit of money. Elton Jenkins is 30 now. But I'm fine to give him a 5-year deal. I think he's going to stay good and stay a very playable player. And I think the rest of these guys we can pretty much let walk. So we have $40.5 million about to spend in free agency. What do we want? Zach Martin is 35 now. I would like, if possible, well, Alvin Kamara's here, but he's 31. It just doesn't make sense to get him. I think we're going to rock with Edward Teague for the time being. Don't need a quarterback, clearly. It's really only maybe a running back. But Kamara is a little bit older. What if we were to sign him to like a 2-year deal? Up the money a little bit, obviously, and try to use him to compete for a Super Bowl? That might be worth it, and then Teague can be his eventual replacement. We have the money, so we might as well at least consider that as a possibility. Quincy Foster could be good. I don't really put a huge emphasis on fullbacks usually, but he would be an upgrade over Jakob Johnson. and no one seems to want him. He's only 26. Star dev, like it could be worse. Daryl Dawson, 25-year-old tackle. Star dev, no one wants him. I will give you a big-time deal to become a Desperado. We're trying not to go after like older guys in general, just so we have something for the future, but a lot of these guys just are older. Like, even look at Titus Howard, up to 30 years old now. Evan Groves is here. He was a former draft pick of mine in Jaguars franchise, which, of course, preceded Desperados franchise. If you guys did not watch that series, it's surprising to me that you didn't, but if you're, because you're watching this one, obviously, but he was a really solid player. I just don't really think he fits what I want to do moving forward, and we don't need him. Our D-line is awesome. Just kind of looking to see what my options are. And Miles Madison is here. Did I look at this guy? I must have. He seems really familiar. He seems really familiar. Pretty young, pretty cheap, and he's a middle linebacker that can shift outside. Nobody wants him. That'd be a steal of a pickup. So we got Miles Madison, we got Dawson, we got Kamara, we got Foster. So our team in general improves actually quite a bit. Left tackle is now solidified for the future. Daryl Dawson's going to be great. He'll get into the 80s pretty quickly. Now, we do need a left guard and a center, excuse me. Titus Howard isn't that good. He's definitely not bad, though. He kind of puts us in a weird spot. Didn't bother upgrading tight end. We don't have to go and upgrade every single position all at once. Earl Alexander is, like, fine. He's fine, but he's not great. So I think Miles Madison was a big-time upgrade. When you compare Earl Alexander, who's 26, great tackling, but is an 80 overall, you know, ignore the 81 from morale, but is an 80 overall, normal dev. And then you take Miles Madison, who is a year younger, who is a higher overall, pretty significantly, I think, with a better development trait, and his overall might even jump up at outside linebacker. I think this was kind of a no-brainer when you look at it in that way, from that perspective. He goes up to an 84 overall, plus 4 overall. He's just a better player. I think that move had to happen. And I think now we'll probably look to make some moves if we can. I don't know what the trade market's going to be on Earl Alexander. And I'm not sure what else I'd want to trade. Like maybe DeAndre Tatum, Joe McKee. These backups now matter a lot less because it's simulation. But we do need to worry about center and guard going into the draft. NFL draft time, the 2026 NFL draft. We are actually picking at a pretty high point in the draft considering how successful we were. We have the 13th pick and the 32nd pick. So we traded up and got a very, very solid pick. I don't remember from who. And then we have a second, number 20 in that round, and then a 7th. So we have number 13, 32, and Mr. Irrelevant. And then that second round pick as well. So what do we actually want to look at here? There are some good corners available. We have to kind of arrange our draft board in a way that prioritizes offensive line, but I don't want to go like over the top on that because it's not really a good offensive line class. There's kind of one player in Bradley Price that I would want, but I don't want to take him at number 13. Certainly don't think he's going to be available at number 20 in the second. So that means he probably will have to be our 32nd pick. How far down is he? Oh, he's pretty far down. So we can take him at 32, no problem. But what do we do at 13? Not really sure what I want. So we're just going to play out the draft and see what happens. Andrew Woodard, a receiver out of Bama. That was number 1 overall. Oh my goodness, what do the Philadelphia Eagles do? They take a defensive tackle. That's on brand. Dakota Little out of Iowa. Robert Scott is up next. No amazing player off the board yet. Greg Byrne as a guard, 70 overall to the LA Rams. Darius Jenkins, 75 overall quarterback, is pretty high for a quarterback. Akeem Snead to the Chiefs. Another quarterback off the board. This is Brandon Strong from Washington State. There goes Sidney Knight, cornerback out of the U. 75 overall is pretty decent. Nolan Young, another corner. This one out of Utah State. Goes Thaddeus Nash. It's just a run on quarterbacks right now. Corners are going off the board. There's another receiver, and one more pick before ours is Ron Cook. So we're up at number 13. I looked at Kurt Johnson at this range, and I think this is probably the best player available, but I don't necessarily need him. That's the thing. I think when you're a really good team, you just focus on best player available. And I really like Paul Sprinkle. It's between him and defensive line. So I know we need offensive help, but it's just not there. I'm not going to force it. I like our developing team. So it's really just, do I want another corner or do I want another defensive lineman? And we could use another end, but Chad Brown and Jeremiah Langford, I mean, there are bookends for the future. I don't know when we're actually going to see playtime from this guy, but at corner, there's actually, you know, maybe a place where that guy can see the field as a fourth corner. I kind of think the defensive end's going to be better, but I think I'm going to take the corner instead in Paul Sprinkle out of Louisville. He's a scheme fit as well. He's going to be the pick. 75 overall, normal dev, number 5 in the class. Took him at 13, 90 speed, 75 man, 71 zone. Decent press as well. You know, obviously a really solid overall player, number 5 in the draft. Pretty good. I'm curious about the overall of that defensive end, though. We're going to see what his overall is. And, of course, development trait here pretty soon, I would bet. He's still on the board. There he goes. He's a 75 overall as well. We'll simulate to our pick at 32, and I think that's a spot where we take the center, provided he's still available. And he is. I think that was pretty much a given. Bradley Price out of Michigan. Welcome to Austin. He's just heading straight down. Number 15 in the class, took him at 32. He's only 22 years old. Certainly a decent player. Great pass block, decent strength. And he is our new starting center. Or we could move him to guard, where he would be a 75 overall probably, and keep Dexter Inslee at center. That's also an option. We're moving up in the draft. Number 52 overall, a 7th round pick, Mr. Relevant, and a 4th next year to move up to 32. Or 34, I should say, actually. So it's number 2 overall in the 2nd round. And we are in between a couple players. The running backs look really good. I know we don't need a running back, but they look really good. Jamal Parrish, also solid, late 1st round guy, but we didn't trade up for him. We traded up potentially for Gregory Ware. He looks really solid. Now, there are some other good backs as well. Jamie Lee Curtis looks pretty good. Early 1st rounder. Like, definitely a really solid option. You know, I actually didn't really see that player pre-draft, but the more I look at him, the better he looks. Jamie Curtis is probably near the top of the list right now. Yeah, I'm going to take the back. Jamie Curtis is the move. Gregory Ware, I just have a feeling about, but he's a mid-1st rounder compared to Jamie Curtis, who's an early 1st rounder. Will be a higher overall. I'm going to take that. 77 overall, number 2 in the draft, only normal development. It's another good running back to add to the mix. We didn't need him, but best player available. I think it was worth it, and that will be our draft. Bubba Howard was the number 1 overall player in the draft. Running back, snuck into the 1st round. Kind of rare that that happens in Madden nowadays. Pretty solid player. Obviously, we have the number 2 player. I want to see Kurt Johnson's development. He does have star better. We almost drafted him, but I went for the corner instead just because I think he'll actually get on the field. What is your dev trait, Kurt? Superstar. Ah, that's great. Love to see that. This quarterback looked nuts. Won the Heisman via draft stories. I saw that. What is his development trait? Darius Jenkins. We didn't need a quarterback, obviously. He's also superstar dev. Gregory Ware, by the way, 74 overall, but does have star dev. A little slow. He's a power back. So I moved Dexter Inslee to right guard. Price is a higher overall at center. I think it works out a little bit better. Devarius Gibbons has a skill point. He'll go up to a 79 overall. Orlando Holiday with a skill point as well. We're going to do slot on him. Want him to get that scheme fit so he gets more XP. So this is the team for 2026. Really solid. We're going to be simulating through the season here, potentially making a trade or two. I don't know what we would trade for, though. I'm very happy with where the team is. I do have to make one change. Isaiah Simmons is not a rush end. He is a linebacker. Have to change that. So this is the team, actually. Looks very good. And the specialist setup as well. Of course, Dennis the Menace in the slot. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. I mean, there's not even a question about it at this point. If we look at his career numbers, like, yeah, started out really, really hot. And then, of course, with the CPU, didn't put up the craziest amount of yards. And then we traded for him, and Dennis the Menace is back. Still at 9 touchdowns in back-to-back years. But based on his first 5, he might be the best receiver of all time. So we're going to simulate here, maybe to about week 3, maybe week 4, just to see how things are going. So we'll stop the simulation here. We're in week 4, probably stop us at week 5. Yes, we are 2-2. Not the best start to the season ever, but hopefully we can get a win against Washington football team, who's actually going to be picking a name for 2022. I think Washington football team kind of grew on me a little bit, but let's be honest. Like, it's good that they're actually picking a team name, something to brand around. As a Giants fan, you know, my favorite team plays Washington football team twice a year. So to see them have actual branded uniforms and a culture maybe around the new team, I think is going to be pretty cool to watch live. Like, I was too young to watch the Jaguars and the Ravens and I guess the Titans even to become teams. Like, I didn't really get to see that. But since we haven't seen an expansion team since the Texans in 2002, and I didn't really get to see that as well. You know, I was younger. But to see an actual rebranding for the first time is going to be pretty cool. And next up, I want to see an expansion team. I need it. I need it in the NFL. Bring a team to a new market, whether it's Oklahoma City, kind of doubtful, or Portland, kind of doubtful. There's got to be a place. I know people have said, you know, a number of different cities. Memphis, I don't think that's a good fit. It's really tough to figure out where a good market for a team would be. You have to choose a place that's highly populated. Honestly, it might be San Antonio, Texas. Big population, far enough away from Houston, far enough away from Dallas to where the Cowboy influence is going to be a little bit less and the Texans influence is nothing or non-existent to begin with. Is that the best market for Team San Antonio? Toronto would be kind of cool as well. And then obviously you've heard the rumors of London forever. I don't think that would be a good idea. I just don't. I think the logistics of traveling and the 6-hour time difference is just way too much. I think a US or just North America team in general is a good idea. I don't know if Mexico City is the best idea. I think Toronto actually is probably number 1. They would be, and that's a great sports town. They would be huge on it. Yeah, it's probably Toronto. Okay, so we have a lot of XP. We're just going to have the CPU upgrade that. And Justin Reed here is our top free agent, but that doesn't mean he's the only one of any value. We've got a lot of interesting options. Now, we don't have to bring back Edward Teague because we do have guys to replace him. Here's the thing. He's got superstar X Factor, and you just kind of can't replace that. So I have faith in him. I think he's going to work out. We are going to re-sign him long-term. Troy Weldon's a tough one. Some of these we're not going to get to right now. Orlando Jones is a big one. He is locked down. He is the man on the outside who was CB1 here for a while before Luke Townsend kind of took over. But Jones needs to come back. Justin Reed, we'll talk about. I probably am not interested in him for more than 3 years, so 4 is a little much for me right now. I could maybe up the price tag a bit, see if he wants to come back. Yeah, I'm not sure about that just yet. We'll have to decide. See if we can beat Washington football team. We lose 28-14. What's going on? We've just been wishy-washy. It's like sometimes our offense shows up, sometimes it doesn't. We're going to simulate against the Ravens. This is going to be a big game for us. If we slip to 2-4, okay, well, we didn't. We won 55-7. An absolute murder. Oh, my. Well, I mean, I don't even know. It's not like we had any crazy amount of yards. Look at our second half points. We were up 7-0 for the first quarter. Ravens maybe answer and tie it up at 7. We take a slight lead going into halftime. And in the second half, scored that many points. I mean, almost 40 points and a half is insane. It has to be interceptions, right? 3 turnovers for Baltimore. We have 3 interceptions for Lamar Jackson. Schmidt with a very clean game. Kamara was solid. Receiving. Dennis Peoples had 3 touchdowns. That's just what he does. Just what he does. Defensively, what do we do here? Jeremiah Langford got after it a bit. Couple interceptions. Would love to see that. So we do have some upgrades here. I'm going to manually upgrade Orlando Jones. I want zone coverage to come along. We need more balance. We need more balance. So give me like +3. I'll take +2. It's not too bad. I want 90-90. So we're in the bye week now. This is big. We have some momentum. What do we want to do to upgrade our team? Because this is the time to do it. This is the time to do it. Obviously, Dennis Peoples is not going to be on the move, but I just want to see how he's playing. Oh, he's got 10 touchdowns already. Oh my God. All right, well, we're doing fine there. We're doing fine there. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. We could trade Justin Reed. He's a good player. He's 29. He's going to be a free agent. If we can get a younger, better safety, that'll be the move. And also offensive line, of course. If we could get an upgrade at, interior offensive line, whether it's center or guard. Okay, so I didn't think that would even go through, but this is the trade. We are making a massive upgrade in acquiring Nick Bosa. I didn't think this was going to be a thing, but 49ers clearly didn't want Eric Reed. Now they get Justin and a first-round pick as well. We don't need the first-round pick. What we do need is a big-time pass rusher to be a huge upgrade over Chad Brown. I like Chad Brown. I think he's a fan favorite of the series. I didn't expect that trade to go through. I was just kind of messing around. And as good as Chad Brown is, as much as I like Chad Brown, he is not even close to Nick Bosa. He had a breakout season. We're selling high, pump and dump. And Nick Bosa is now on the team. I'm taking lessons from the FaZe boys about the pump and dump, and I think this is going to work out pretty well. Basically, the way it works with this trade is we completely inflated Chad Brown's value. We said, oh, we're going to keep Chad Brown for the future. That we're not going to trade him no matter what. And then as soon as it was available for us to trade Chad Brown, we traded him. And we screwed over everybody else because we don't care about anyone else. We only care about ourselves. I think that's how it works. The new highest overall on our team. Tied with Dennis Peoples, joint highest. Really good. Oh, and Chad Brown has interest from teams. Okay, we can use that to trade for a safety. And pretty much whatever one we want. This is the guy. Caleb Von Farrell. This is the guy. Plain and simple. This is who I want. And it's hopefully someone I can have. It's not going to be easy to trade for this player at all. Okay, well, we did it. Chad Brown, Jamie Curtis, the running back we drafted, who is kind of obsolete now that we have an extension with Edward Teague. Didn't know if I was going to do that, but now it made sense to. And so Jamie Curtis is gone. I'm sorry. Second round pick as well. And we have Caleb Von Farrell. Just one of the best players I've seen in this league in terms of an age to overall to development trait basis. Superstar X Factor, 25 years old, 88 overall. This is the future of our secondary very easily. And now we could move Demetrius Miller to free safety if we wanted to. I think we're just going to move Farrell over. So we are up to an 89 overall now, 87 offense. Took a very big jump from where we started. We just need something to put us over the top. I want to make the playoffs. I really do. And I think we made the necessary adjustments, bringing in reinforcements mid-season to do so. We upgraded the defense shockingly, but the offense, I think, has taken a bit of a step forward as well, just because I've changed some positions around, and sometimes the best offense is a good defense. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I will see you for Week 8 against the Browns. What are we going to do? They're 3-3. They're always really good in simulation. Like, way too good, actually. Way too good. Let's get zone coverage up in Luke Townsend as well. But it's going to be tough. They're going to be a really tough team to beat. That's all I can say. They're going to be really tough. Like, it's going to be tough to make the playoffs. This is a big game, and we lose 24-6. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I don't. Got another ability slot for Matthew Schmidt. He's up to a 90. I'm individually upgrading some of the players that I want to just kind of be shaped the way I want. So Caleb Farrell, we will do zone for him. He's up to an 89 overall. Give me like +3. +1 to zone coverage. Okay, not quite. All right, simulating it to almost the playoffs. Week 16, coming off a big win. Breakout player challenge for Orlando Jones. Calling his shot like Babe Ruth. I mean, I don't know if you're going to be able to do all that. We're 8-6. Oh, this is big. I wish we played the Colts in week 17 because everything's going to come down to this. A bunch of upgrades. Of course, I'll be spending those. Ooh, +1 speed for Luke Townsend. It's not too bad. We're very close to 90-90 on him. Let the CPU upgrade the rest of the team. And are we in if the season ended today? We are. We're the 7th seed. It's a big game against the Steelers, though. We have to win. And we lost 22-13. Colts take the lead for the AFC South, and that would put them into the playoffs. As the 4 seed, Jags are in. How are the Jags in? Oh, they're 8-7 as well. Oh my goodness. Okay. Breakout challenge for Orlando Jones. Didn't do it. Didn't do it. And now we have played the 6-9 Patriots. Our season effectively on the line here. This is our season. If we beat the Patriots, we might be in. And we sneak in 41-7. And the Jaguars lost. That is huge. That is huge for our luck. 41-7. What an up and down season this has been. This has been wild. Our defense seems like it's playing really, really well at times, but at other times not so much. Nick Bosa with 3 sacks. That's why we traded for you. What did the Jags do? Who did they have? Oh, please tell me it was a close game. No, they just got crushed. They got hot a little bit at the end, winning 3 out of 4, and then got killed by the Cowboys. That was very close, because once we're in the playoffs, I trust us to potentially get hot and make a run. Schmidt with a pretty good year, 4,000 yards, 30 TDs, 11 picks. Rushing, Kamara was really solid, 4.7 yards per carry, 945 yards, 6 touchdowns only. Dennis Peoples, 1,475 yards, 15 touchdowns. Really good season. Nothing crazy per se, but a very, very good season nonetheless. Short route running now into the 90s. There wasn't really a ton of other production for any receivers beyond Dennis Peoples. What about sacks? Not amazing. Jameel Holloman led the team in tackles, also at 8 for loss. Although it would be Nick Bosa with 13 who led the way, also at 14 sacks. 14 for Jeremiah Langford, 9.5 for Sapp, 5.5 for Miles Madison, 5 for Clarence Trent, 4 for DeAndre Tatum, 8 interceptions for Jameel Holloman. 8 interceptions. Oh my goodness. He took his career total of 9 and got almost that in a season. Unreal. Unreal. Any touchdowns? No, but he did have 8 picks. That's crazy. Orlando Jones with 4, 2 for Miller, 2 for Orlando Holiday, with 8 interceptions and 8 tackles for loss, 117 tackles, half a sack. That has to be Defensive Player of the Year. How do you give it to anybody else? Orlando Jones, Demetrius Miller, both with touchdowns. Tua Tagovailoa wins MVP. No Desperados. AFC Offensive Player of the Year is Tua. Schmidt at 9. Defense Player of the Year is Jameel Holloman. Had to have been. Nick Bosa at 7. Langford at 10. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Randall Hardison, a running back, I believe. No Desperados. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year is Thaddeus Nash. Of course, no Desperados either. Okay, so let's upgrade the team a little bit. Focusing on zone for Caleb Farrell right now. He goes into the 90s. This is a team that can make a playoff run. They might not. We know how Madden simulation can be. But the team, of course, is plenty talented enough to make it happen. Just got to go out and do it. No finesse moves there for Langford. It's already a 93, I guess, but thought it would really get upgraded. The Bills went 11-5. They're only an 82 overall. Let's go ahead into the Super Sim and see what happens. Not really a big start. Luke Townsend with an interception. We're up 3-0 after Joey Sly field goal, but there's not a lot of offense in this game. We get our first touchdown of the game, going up 10. Now 17-0. Buffalo can't do anything. 24-0 Desperados. 31-0 Desperados. And they lay a goose egg. 31-0. The Austin Desperados smash the Buffalo Bills. 31-0. Unreal. So we just dominated them at every facet of the game. It's pretty much what it comes down to. Schmidt, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. No touchdowns, 2 picks for Josh Allen. Career day for him. Rushing Kamara over 100 yards. Teague was awesome as a backup. Quality players in this team. Receiving, Dennis Peoples, 3 touchdowns. 148 yards. And then defensively, what did we do here? 3 sacks for Heath Satt, 1.5 for Bosa. Larry Ogunjobi's there. Langford got 1. Clarence Trent got 1. Luke Townsend got half a sack. Interception for Townsend and Holloman. Yeah, we just dominated this team. Earl Alexander even played. Got a fumble recovery off of his own forced fumble. Very good game. Luke Townsend with an upgrade. Again, I'm just trying to make him more balanced, so we're going to do zone here. He goes up to a 91 overall. I want my lockdown corner to be able to do more than just play man coverage. We have the Steelers in the divisional. They beat us already in the regular season, but this is different. This is playoff football. You never know what can happen. So we will hop in on the road. They're an 83 overall. Let's get this win. Jumping to the end of the game here. And we are down early 7-0, but we tie it up with a touchdown of our own. And we're scoring again, making it 10-7. Steelers tie it back up as well in this back and forth matchup so far. 17-10 into the second half. Steelers are fighting, but we are going up 20-10. And this could be it. Steelers get on the board again. Only down by a field goal now. Let's hop in on offense and see if we can extend this lead. Alvin Kamara, the new Austin Desperado, will start him with a handoff. And we have space up the middle. Not too bad. We want to take some time off the clock here. 3rd and 3, we're rolling out, and we're going to throw that. Hit Alfonso Peoples on the sideline just to move the chains. Now we can run the ball a little bit more. Wide open over the middle. It's Dennis the Menace. We got a good block. A spin back, and Dennis Peoples is still going. He's got the end zone. Touchdown. Dennis Peoples. Big time TD. Stephon Gilmore in Pittsburgh now. And that is a big time touchdown to extend our lead. That one was a crazy one as well. Dennis Peoples just got left wide open over the middle. Was completely naked, honestly. So open over the middle. And then it was just his run after catch abilities. Really good block on the outside as well. And the spin back actually worked out for once. That was killer. Over 30 yards after the catch. Nearly 40. Did Pittsburgh turn over the ball? I guess they must have. Because this game is over. They never got a chance to score again. Kyle Shanahan's their head coach. What happened in this game? It must have been an interception late. Well, it wasn't, because Brandon Swartzen, I guess we just stopped him. 2 picks for Matthew Schmidt. Thankfully, I can say none of them were for me. Kamara, 2 touchdowns. Dennis Peoples, of course, had the touchdown that you guys saw, 5 for 139. Otherwise, he didn't really do a whole lot other than that one big play. Nick Bosa with 2 sacks, and then interceptions for a couple of Steelers there. We're headed to the AFC Championship. All right, AFC Championship against the Browns. Not what you like to see. The Browns are always very good in sim. You all know that. They're an 85 overall, the highest overall team we'll face in simulation this year, at least from what I can tell, at least in the playoffs. It is snowing at First Energy here. Oh my. Up 7-0 already. That is an excellent start to this game. And now 14-0. Cleveland answers with their first score of the game. It's a touchdown, and now they tie it at 14. They're scoring again, making it 21 unanswered points. 28 unanswered points. We finally get back in here. We're down 35-28 after that touchdown. Here's what we need to do. We need to play some defense. We need our defense to step up. They're just driving down the field, man. We're hopping in. We need Nick Bosa to get after the damn quarterback. Browns kick a 41-yard field goal, and that's a huge gain. Schmidt to Alfonso Peoples for 25. We have a minute and a half now, a minute and 15 seconds to at least get 3. I don't really like my options here. We're going to throw it away. Is that there? That's there! Weldon! First down! Rolling out. Go up the field. Give me a block! Oh, what a block. Edward Teague just dove at his ankles. We're ending careers out here, not just games. That's over the middle. That's open! Peoples touchdown! That's how you take the lead late in the game. Just a little bit of separation, and the bullet is fired from the gun of Matthew Schmidt. Laser beam over the middle, over the linebacker. Mac Wilson couldn't do anything. And then 34, wherever that is, also couldn't do anything. Are we up by enough, though? Are we up by enough? 2nd and 10. Get deep. And do not let anything go over the top. They have 3 timeouts. They need a touchdown. They're lobbing it deep. Orlando Jones intercepted out of bounds. And Baker gets hit, but it's caught. And he goes down. They can't use a timeout. What an end to this game, but Cleveland's going home. Well, they're actually home already. We beat them at home. Baker threw for 466 and 4 touchdowns. Nick Chubb was very good as well. We barely managed to get the win, but we're going back to the Super Bowl. +2 zone for Orlando Jones. We want that 90-90. Nick Bosa, I don't even know what you do here. Run stopper, I guess. No Pro Bowl for this team. The Battle of Texas. Austin Desperados versus the Dallas Cowboys. Schmidt's looking pretty good. We're going to do improviser. Yearly awards to I mean, we already saw those. Doesn't really change, but who got an increased development trait? That's what we want to see. I don't see anyone. That's sad on offense. What about on defense? I don't see anything here either. Did Jeremiah Langford always have superstar? That might be the one that changed. Jeremiah Langford gets superstar dev. Also, Fountain. Where's Isaiah Simmons? He's injured. Torn pec. Oh, no. All right, Earl, you're going to play right outside linebacker. I have injuries turned off. I mean, Earl Alexander's right outside linebacker. I'll show you. I'll show you. Injuries off. Pre-existing injuries off. Why is... I don't even know. It is what it is at this point. We're a 91 overall to their 82. Everything on the line. This is why we play the game. Back-to-back Super Bowl appearances. We won last year. Can we repeat? 7-7 right now. 10-7 Dallas. 17-7 Dallas. We need some points. Down by a field goal. Or, well, even more now. We're down by a touchdown. Now down by a touchdown again. 24-24. Okay. There's a lot going on. So much 24. I feel like Kiefer Sutherland is 4th and 1. We're popping in. This is a huge play. Dak Prescott, Zeke in the backfield. 4th and 1. Do they give it to him? It's a read option, and Prescott has space. Take the football out. Oh my God. They had the actual balls. The absolute balls to run read option on 4th and 1. Got to give it to him. Up the middle, big hit. And Zeke does not fumble. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. Oh, and he overthrew it. Whew. They're going to get a field goal up. It's going to be 27-24. We're going to need a touchdown. We are going to need a touchdown. Oh, Peoples is wide open. Peoples is wide open. I mean, Whiteside got back into the play. If he would have randomly found out that the ball was in the air and turned around and it picked that, I would have freaked out. But he didn't. But he didn't. Peoples is open. He's wide open. We only got to throw to one guy. Dennis Peoples, Super Bowl touchdown. 2nd of the game. We're going to take the lead here. 31-27. Just need our defense to play. They just got murdered. Our defense got absolutely crushed. Took 3 plays. Okay, we're losing. We're losing. 2-minute drill. Matthew Schmidt Alvin Kamara, Dennis Alfonso Peoples, and Devin Duvernay. We need some. Kamara, cutback! Kamara's got speed! Jeremy Chin can't catch him! Stoudemire can't catch him! Is that a Woozier that came out of nowhere? No, it was Whiteside. Oh my goodness, what a run from Alvin Kamara. Open, Weldon, touchdown. Did we score too fast? Did we score too fast? We're gonna go up by 4. Dude, they're moving the ball so fast. The Dallas Cowboys sim offense is unreal. 4th and 3. Is our 4th down defense finally gonna be worth a damn? This is for the Super Bowl. They're gonna run! Holloman! And he juked me out. Why did I need to hit stick there? I'll tell you why. Because he would have fallen forward if I didn't, but I missed. Touchdown wins the game here for Dallas. I mean, we need our defense to make a stand. We need them to make a stand. There's a big hit and he holds on. Defense, you better step up on 4th down. They maybe have allowed every single one. And that's over the middle. It's a touchdown. Man coverage did not work. We put our best man on him, Luke Townsend, and he allows it, you know, right over the middle easily. We have 12 seconds to score a field goal. Oh, it's just not going to happen, is it? We need a big return here from Pat Bridge. We need a big one. 8 seconds. We just need to get in a field goal range. Joey Sly's got a cannon of a leg, but we need to get in a field goal range. It's way too many yards, man. It's way too many. It's just not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. 3 seconds. We're not even going to be able to reach the end zone here. It had to be Dennis Peoples. It had to be. And it's underthrown. Intercepted. And that is the game. So we don't end up winning the Super Bowl here. Our defense, when it mattered most, couldn't get a stop on 4th down for the life of them. We made a great playoff run, only to lose the game that mattered most to the Cowboys. Our defense did nothing. I don't know how we have Luke Townsend with 90+ man coverage just leave a man wide open over the middle. And don't say it was my zone over the middle, because we were in man and I was on the running back. That's terrible. Good game to the Cowboys, but that is going to do it for episode 1. Of course, every episode is a season, and this one we couldn't repeat. Really unfortunate, but we'll be back. So make sure you're subscribed if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.
Insane, I hit it at the park, bend bones. See me high step to the end zone. My life like a game, Nintendo. Playing with the best, let them know. Get off the track, the train's coming through. Yeah, promise you get in my way, then you best believe I'ma just run over you. Yeah, yeah. Papa turn, taking it back to the house. Defensive joke, I'm laughing so loud. Speedbird's good.